Last week's attack shows just how stark the US political divide's become. The threat that the Eurasia Group considers more dire than climate crisis. Eurasia Group's just released its biggest risks. The US political dysfunction tops the list. COVID-19, global warming, US-China tensions, and so forth. The global data reckoning rounds out the top five. Ian's with me, Ian Bremmer, the president and founder of Eurasia Group. You were listening there, I hope, to what Jim Acosta was saying about the danger in these next few days. But this danger, does it disappear after the 20th? I mean, not wanting to make light of it, you know, all we've got to do is hold our nose and get to the end of next week.
If you think that the United States becomes suddenly less politically dysfunctional, sure, I can buy that there won't be the same level of dysfunction in a Biden administration, but the level of inequality, the divide, the thing that makes so many Americans feel like their institutions are indeed rigged against them, Richard, that's been growing for decades. That growth accelerated under 4 years of Trump. It ain't going away. And even if Trump's behavior over the last days, weeks, means that his approval ratings are now at historic lows, yet again at 33%. That's about as low as he was down at after the Charlottesville riots. But that's 33% of the country that believes that this election was stolen against him. And those are not people that suddenly go off happily into the night after Biden becomes president. They think Biden's illegitimate. And I think the potential for social discord and for greater political conflict in this country is higher than at any point, frankly, in my lifetime.
Right, but Ian, on this point, you talked about Charlottesville. Look at the list of potential moments when, I suppose, people could have rebelled. Those like Betsy DeVos or those like Elaine Chao, who resigned now. But they didn't resign in August 17, when the president defended very fine white nationalists, or those S-hole countries that he referred to, or separating children from parents at the border, or congressmen being of colour told to go back, dispersing BLM protests for photo ops and telling Proud Boys stand back and stand by. Now, if that list didn't get you, is it not just naked opportunism to resign now?
Well, to be clear, there are a lot of people that aren't engaging in that naked opportunism even now. I mean, after the insurrection, after 5 dead in the Capitol building, you still had votes in the Senate and House with large numbers of Republicans, a majority of the Republicans that sit in the House of Representatives still voting to overturn the election outcome. And indeed, I mean, since the tragic events of January 6th, by far the most significant consequences that President Trump has had to face, not resignation, it's deplatforming from a number of technology company CEOs who play no role in the political process whatsoever. And perhaps the most interesting thing is the staunchest critic that I've seen on the global scene of that has been German Chancellor Angela Merkel, France President Emmanuel Macron, opposing to move to deplatform the president because they see it as arbitrary and having nothing to do with rule of law. This is a serious challenge in the history of this great nation, Richard.
Ian, we will talk more. We need to have you on the programme more in 2021. So we've got your phone number. We'll be there. Thank you, sir.